Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Resourceful Living Homestead. And today we are going to do week 16 update on Survival Seeds 2025 collaboration with BC Family Homestead, Bushcraft Family, and Lazy Days Ahead. I was out here yesterday and I harvested a bunch of stuff. We have well over 100 Roma tomatoes already harvested. So there's not going to be much Roma tomatoes right now to be harvested. You can see, like, there's some that still left. I mean, we still got a lot of green ones out here. But I think it's starting to slow down. It's gotten extremely hot out here. I do see one I probably missed yesterday. Probably missed that one. There's another one that's partial, wasn't quite ready yet. Harvested all the slicer tomatoes. Right now it's just a wild, tall vines going everywhere. This one's still got a lot of Romas on it that are still turning. Here they were not quite ready, but anyway, got a lot of Romas coming in. These back here I think are Brian's fig tomatoes he wanted me to plant for him. They're an odd shape. They're called like a fig Roma or something. So anyway, those will be kind of cool. Yep, a fig Roma. So here's some that are turning right there. I think might be a different plant. But anyway, got a head of cabbage that's going to be ready real soon. This one back here is probably going to be ready soon. I've started cleaning out some of the beds. I'm getting ready to plant. I've got it on my list of to-dos. Getting ready to plant my fall starters. Harvested a lot of basil. I'm in the process of drying that out now. Got 4 heads of cauliflower coming in right now. I think my broccoli is pretty much done. We've harvested several broccolis. This one has bolted and gone to seed. I'm not going to be planting any more broccoli or cauliflower. I do not believe for the fall. I originally had it on my plans. I know I will plant more cabbage because I do want to do that. Back here, so last week I showed you guys where the squash bugs had taken over my pumpkins, so those are gone. I had 4 cantaloupes here that the squash bugs have eaten. As you can tell, something came in and just finished eating that one right off. That was a cantaloupe. Just ate it right off the vine there. Just so sad. I've got to figure out, because I do want to grow cantaloupe and watermelon next year. I won't grow pumpkins. I don't really have a need or use for pumpkins other than decor for the fall season. So I'm not interested in planting pumpkins. But cantaloupe and watermelon, we eat a lot of that during the summer months. So I do want to try that again next year, but I got to figure out a different plan because back here did not work out. This was my watermelon, and I had 4 watermelons on this thing, 2 big ones and 2 probably golf ball size ones coming on, and the squash bugs killed them. Herbs are still doing really good out here. My blueberry trees are doing really good. Those will stay in pots. Next year, I will probably up pot those. And then the following year, we'll probably plant those. My Walla Walla onions, I don't know what would have come in to eat those because I from what I understand, the deer do not like onions and garlic, and something ate my garlic and my onions back here. So it would have had to been deer. Been harvesting herbs back here. Lots of herbs in my weed barrier. My goodness, between the sun and the high traffic areas, we're gonna have to come back in and put more weed barrier down in these high traffic areas. The ground is rock, so if you step on a rock and it punctures through the weed barrier, I mean, it's basically just done with. So nothing we can do about it. We live on a limestone bed, and not much you can do about the rock. That was the reason, the whole reason why we have to do raised beds, was because of all the rock. Can't grow anything in it. Sweet potatoes are doing really good. I came in and I harvested a bunch of the runners. I dried out the leaves and ground those up. Those are good in some different things. And then some of the runners, I've got rooting, like 30 of them inside, and the roots are a couple inches long already. I mean, literally in like 3 days they started rooting. So sweet potatoes are going to be good to go. Lots of basil out here still. Harvest. Oh wow, check out that bell pepper. That pulled a little bit too much, but that was a bell pepper that wasn't quite ready yesterday, but it is now. Got a lot of slicer tomatoes still coming in. More Calendar bell peppers out here. That's a good size bell pepper. That's about the size you get in the grocery store. So that's about 50 cents to $1 worth right there that I don't have to spend at the grocery store. Let me see if it'll sit right there until I'm done. Over here we got more bell peppers hidden underneath all this. Like I said, I harvested a bunch of stuff yesterday. I don't see any more bell peppers under there right now, but still got lots of green tomatoes just waiting on them to turn. And this wild tomatillo. I've harvested tomatillo tomatoes twice now. I've made a green sauce. I see when they start busting out of the shell here, they're ready to go. Here's some more bell peppers that are coming on. Another one. Those are the Calendar bell peppers. I have been so pleased with my Roma tomatoes and my Calendar bell peppers this year. They have not disappointed in any way. I'm very pleased with the harvesting that I've been able to get from those. Bell pepper, we got a bell pepper plant down there, but there's no more bell peppers on it because I've already harvested. I see some tomatillos that have fallen off that I missed. Let me just set those to the side. Let me set them right down there so I can get them on the way out. And go ahead and get this one off there. I just kind of feel of them if they're full. But if they start coming out of the shell, that's time to harvest. And of course, if they fall off, you don't want to miss any of that, because I've got some I've already like I said, I've already made some green salsa. We're eating on that right now. We've probably eaten half of it already. Make sure there's no more on the that have fallen off. Oh, I see one back there. I don't want to waste any of those tomatillos. You know, these tomatillos, mine didn't do real good last year, so I wasn't planning to have a tomatillo this year. But I ended up with 2 volunteers, so somebody had a different plan for me with tomatillos. So I said, you know what? That is just fine. Lots of sage growing right there. I harvested sage yesterday, so I'm going to wait to harvest any more on that. I see some green tomatoes. A vine down there on the bottom. Man, it's so heavy. We've had to harvest green tomatoes because the vines are getting so heavy. I keep pinning them up, pinning them up, pinning them up, but they're so heavy. See all those down there touching the compost? I'm gonna have to go ahead and harvest those, and Ron's just gonna have to make us some more green tomatoes, sliced up fried green tomatoes. You guys, check out these yard-long beans. I harvested a bunch of those yesterday. We cut those into about, I don't know, 6-inch sections and wrapped them with bacon. Brian put them on the smoker. Boy, they were fantastic. I love these yard-long beans. I think it's so neat. They're vining up this trellis. Get that trained up there a little bit better. So it can keep wrapping around that thing. And this one's just kind of wild up there. Anyway, I love the way this thing is just trellising up that. Little bitty yard-long beans right there. I want this whole thing to just be full. Here it is over here on this side. Look, I just love that. It's so neat. But you want to pick them when they're green before they start turning purple or yellow. Purple, if you wait till they turn purple, then you can shell them. If you wait till they turn yellow, then they're too dry to like wrap in bacon. But when they're green like this, these are perfect for like green beans. To just cut them up into green bean size or wrap them with bacon. That's what I like to do, wrapped in bacon. And I know, Jesse, you will love that because you love bacon. I have harvested a lot of potatoes already. Lots of potatoes. Okay, I've already harvested all the beets. Discovered I do actually like beets. So, I will probably plant more beets. I didn't get a great harvest on the beets. The Detroit beets, but I did get some. Our hot pepper salsa bed, we've harvested a lot of hot peppers, a lot of jalapeno peppers we've already harvested. In fact, Brian did some bacon wrapped jalapeno peppers stuffed with venison backstrap yesterday. My cucumbers, we've noticed some squash bugs on them, but we're still getting some, we've gotten a lot of pickles, a lot of cucumbers off of our cucumber vine. So we are not, it is just fine if we don't get any more. Of course, we would like to get more, but we've harvested a lot of them already. So, been making a bunch of pickles. I don't see any out here right now because I was out here yesterday and harvested a bunch more, and the day before, and probably the day before that. But look at that squash bug. They're just everywhere. They killed my pumpkin, cantaloupe, and watermelon. Supposedly mint is supposed to help with squash bugs, but I tell you what, I lost all my zucchini squash, all my yellow squash, my pumpkin, my watermelon, and my cantaloupe. So mint did not help me this year. So if you guys have a better solution for next year, please let me know, because I got to figure out something, because we really wanted zucchini and yellow squash and did not get a single one. Now, I will praise the basil with the tomatoes though, because we, knock on wood, have not had a single tomato worm. I'm drawing a blank on the technical word for those worms, but no tomato worms on any of our tomatoes. So very pleased with that. Got some more Roma tomatoes back here that are still turning. I pinned this up yesterday and it just keeps growing. Okay, back here, my kidney beans. Not impressed with kidney beans. Will not be planting kidney beans next year. We did harvest probably 2 big handfuls of kidney beans off of these, and they're just dying off again. Like, here's one right here that's ready, but just don't get enough of them to take up space in a bed. So radishes, kidney beans, pumpkins, I will not be planting those next year. Those and all this catnip, I won't plant near as much catnip next year. This will be pulled out and done something with, but I won't, it just takes over. I've got, you know, I had all this mint in these beds with my squash and stuff, and it did not help. So mint will be harvested, ground up, be saving that, and then I will be weeding out some of this mint big time, because right now I just got a mint bed. Sweet potatoes out here are doing really good. I've got one little potato at the end down there to still harvest, but I've got this bed, I've still got some growing in here, and this bed down here that I can still get potatoes from. I will be planting potatoes for the fall. I said my sweet potatoes are doing really good out here in these bags and over here. Yeah, so that is going to wrap up week 16 update on Survival Seeds 2025 collaboration with BC Family Homestead, Bushcraft Family, and Lazy Days Ahead. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week.